What's up, everybody? This is Karak with ACG, and thank you everybody for watching this video. I rarely put subscribers please watch, but I want to talk to you guys about the channel and how we're going and how everything's doing. And it's important that you watch this all the way through. Please, just this one time, I would really appreciate it. I rarely have to implore people, but I want to make sure people understand. We're going to talk a little bit about the past, the present, and the future. The past, Angry Centaur Gaming started up, sound, music, and voice, things people weren't accustomed to, a little bit of a different cadence in the way I do the reviews, quicker, faster, some stupid butt jokes, but those are just me, and that's what I like to do, and we've got a great group of subscribers. If you guys don't understand just how good our subscribers are, go to the Assassin's Creed Face-Off video and look at those comments. There isn't even a single negative comment in there, and those are people who sometimes don't even like the Assassin's Creed games, and they still have positive, awesome, constructive feedback for the games and for each other. It's amazing, and I'm telling you, as a member of multiple game boards, multiple forums, multiple IRCs, that shit is completely, it's like a freaking unicorn. It's just not seen. So I'm really excited for that. The channel is doing well numbers-wise when it comes to subscribers, and that's because you guys telling people about it and having some good hits on the reviews has always helped. But I want to make sure people understand why the difference on this channel is sort of hurting it and how I'm going to change some things and what help I can get from you guys in the future. Because I'm a review-only channel for the most part, I do some of these side things, the face-offs, but I don't do very many walkthroughs. And, you know, we will occasionally when we get the chance or we really like a game, but it's something that I don't do that much of. Really, when it comes down to it, to get a game, either the publisher gives it to me, I go and buy it day and date, or I get it from a retail source, which is early. When it comes down to it, these situations all usually mean that the bigger titles cost me money to review. What does that mean? Well, without giving you guys numbers, because we are not allowed to by YouTube, I'm going to give you some insight that I don't think a lot of YouTubers are going to give you. 100,000 views on a $60 game does not actually pay for the game. So, I've explained this on the other video where I talked about YouTube comments. I'll explain it in just a moment here now. If you have ad blocker on, that's one of the ways it can impact it. It can also impact it. Mobile views aren't considered as like cool as normal views to YouTube, but we can do it like this. 100,000 views, usually around 20%, 30 to 20% of those views count monetarily towards any kind of payback to buying that game. Okay, that's ignoring anything else. That's ignoring new equipment, anything like that. That's how few really matter. So getting those videos out is important to me. Getting them out day and date is important to me. Finding ways to get them is important to me. Reaching out to publishers is important to me. And it's important to you to spread the word, which you've been doing awesome at. So that's sort of the past and where we are, a little bit where we are now. But I do want to say, where we are now is a situation where I want to tell you guys, I implore you guys, if I have ever saved you cash, if I have ever stopped you from getting a bad game, or if I have ever unlocked a good game for you by talking about it and you were like, hey, this is actually interesting, I implore you, please check out Patron. I have tried to make sure that Patron rewards the people who actually subscribe, whether that means playing with me multiplayer or other things. In fact, anybody above the $10 amount when we go to PAX West this September, we're going to all get together and do a lunch at PAX West. So almost all of those levels pay something back to the person who is donating and helping out the channel. I implore you, Patron helps a ton. I can't really describe how much it does. Additionally, PR firms are now looking at that, and I will explain why. Patron cannot be faked. Now, what does that mean? Twitter followers can be faked. YouTube subscribers can be faked. Many times now, PR people have told me that they have actually, when they see a Patron link, they'll go, oh, that's interesting. And they'll link and go, you know what? People have actually put their solid cash behind this person and said this person is a value. And so that is the person we want to talk to. It has actually happened. Developers and publishers have said that. So I implore you, I rarely do this. You guys know many videos I don't even mention Patron because I forget. But I'm telling you right now, now would be the time. Go to Patron, see if there's any small amount you can donate. It would absolutely help. Now, why is that so important? Well, additionally, with the reviews, you know, when I do a game and I do one review, that's one video for that. I don't get to have 20 Let's Plays with it, so I don't get a lot of return on those. But additionally, going to PAX is going to be expensive, and getting those contacts for doing the developer interviews and getting information to the developers. I want to make sure people understand this. When I talk with developers, I'm taking a lot of the feedback from stuff I've seen in the comments, stuff I've seen when I talk to gamers, stuff I've seen on IRC, forums, what have you. And I'm collecting that, and our Reddit itself. And I'm collecting that, and I'm talking about it with developers. And I can tell you right now, there are actually developers in AAA companies who have actually asked, like, what ACG's subscribers have said about particular aspects of a game. That is the absolute truth, 100%. Totally surprised me as well. So if you're sitting there going, he's probably full of bullshit, I'm not, because I was just as surprised when somebody was like, hey, you know, this channel seems to have people who are actually interested and I would say intelligent and have intelligent conversation, and people are noticing that. It's one of the reasons why you're seeing the developer interviews, the Kickstarter interviews, and so forth. Future, where are we going in the future? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm really proud of the channel, and I think this might be the first time I've ever actually said those words. But after this amount of time, I'm very, very proud of the channel. I'm proud of where it is. I'm proud of the strides that the channel has made in subscriber base, but I'm more proud of the fact that we've moved forward without that subscriber base being afflicted and infected by the same subscriber style base that many other channels get. It didn't happen when I was named angry, and it's not happening right now as ACG, and that's fantastic. It's probably the coolest part of this right now, and I only hope to get bigger. The last thing I want to say is this. If you're out there telling people on Facebook and Twitter and GameFAQs and freaking, you know, Reddit and NeoGAF about the channel, one thing I have to say is this. It's always awesome to say, boom, here's a link. ACG, boom, here's a link. But what is better, guys, and something I'm really imploring you to do in the future, is start telling people why. Why is it better? Well, it covers sound, music, and voice, and no other reviewer does. And that's just me being proud of the channel. No other reviewer covers sound, music, and voice. They just don't. And if they occasionally cover music, they say, it's bombastic, and then they move on. That's it. It's big movie style, and that's it. They don't talk about the interaction of the emotional levels, the resonance, anything like that. And they certainly, most of the time, don't even talk about sound, which is sort of weird when you're talking about games where you're shooting one another with 150 different types of weapon. Very odd that people ignore it, but we don't. So all of this stuff, when you get a chance and you're telling people about the channel, tell them why. Tell them what you like about it. Tell them, hey, it's got an amazing subscriber base that they don't, you know, they don't bitch and argue at one another very often. And sure, it's like any place, there's the occasional asshole, including myself at times if I'm tired. But in the end, the fact is that it's got this amazing subscriber base that works really hard at making sure that the comments are taken care of and that the content continues to come. That's team. That's you guys, and that's me working together, because I'm going to tell you, without you guys being as positive as you are, I wouldn't be making the video. Now, lastly, I just want to finish with this. A lot of people probably do videos. I don't know how they do it and tell you guys that they need you on Patreon. I feel like I break down the numbers and I give you guys information that many others don't. And when I talk to other YouTubers, they've stated that as well. They've stated, you know, I never did a video on why I wouldn't shut off YouTube comments, or maybe I would. I feel like that transparency, to a certain amount, is the best way to make sure you guys understand that what I'm trying to do is deliver to you the best amount of information that I can, as quickly as I can, but also make sure that you understand both the positives and negatives of it, so that you can know where the channel is going and where we as an entire group are going, and hopefully where we can get some people in the industry sort of interested in the channel and going, hey, you know what? This actually makes sense. You know, I gotta say, I gotta toot the horn of the channel in one way. We had Matt Broom from the Kinetic Kickstarter and Kevin McPherson, if you guys saw that video where I did the Kinetic Kickstarter. And when it was all said and done, we were wrapping it up, he was like, man, it's like your channel is one of the most technologically like apt channels, where you talk about stuff where it's not that diatribe where somebody just sits there and says, you know, this graphics was done this way and they gray boxed this for this amount of time in the history of Mario. That's not the channel. The channel's more about fun, off the cuff, sitting back, talking about stuff, but being intelligent and knowledgeable while we do it. And it's being noticed by developers. And I'm not quite sure I can be any more proud of that. I think that's probably the coolest thing ever. So anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope you can help me on Patreon. If you can't, I understand. If you can, that's awesome. As always, if you like the video, thumbs up. If you dislike the video, thumbs up. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sadly enough, it's almost over for most of us.